just don't even want to wait for the whole countdown. Let's just get into it. Let's just do it. I'm starting a little bit late already. I just can't even wait for the countdown. Hey, my name is Eric. I'm making animated faces that you can talk to. There's a bright glowing screen behind me. Pay no attention to that. Pay no attention to that. But let's demo. I like to demo. Demo first. Start of the stream, so we can see what's up, what's recent progress. So I made this little transcript widget here, and the idea behind it is you can just keep on adding text to it, and it will add each new line to the bottom of it. And when it gets to the bottom and it kind of is overflowing, then you've got a scrolling text area. It's quite a bit like a console log. Like let me see. I'll go to a different screen. See how you got log messages popping up in here? Well, same concept. Except instead of it being off in this debug area, which is for developers, this is in the application area. And the messages are going to be about your test conversation with this character. Okay, so yeah, so I got that working. There's just a small number of refinements to make to this that I think I can finish up in this session. One is I would like the clear button to clear this window. I think that's pretty easy to do. Oh, hold on a second. My wife's listening to some music. I'm going to shut the door so that I don't get like flagged on YouTube or Twitch later. Alright, another thing I wanted to do was, and this is a little bit tricky. I don't know if I'll be able to do it in this session, but so imagine, if you will, that this is filled up with text and there's more than can be displayed, and you've got the scroll active. In that case, I would like for there to be two modes. If you have scrolled to the bottom or not really touched the scroll in any way, then each new line should cause it to always scroll down to the bottom. But if you scrolled up a little bit from the bottom, I would like it to override that automatic scroll to the bottom thing, because it's really annoying if you're trying to search in the transcript to have the scrolling jump all the way down the bottom. So there's those two modes there that I would like to be able to switch in between, either auto scrolling or manual scrolling. And I don't know if I'll be able to get that done in this session because I've only got about an hour and 15 minutes on the clock, but I think I can at least get something that detects when you've scrolled up or not. So I'll see how I do there. All right. First, let's do the clear button. Buttons, generate buttons, clear on click, and here I want it to do what? Let's import clear transcript. In fact, I think I can just go something like, no, here, let's do it this way. Clear transcript. That should do it. And then I've got something called transcript interactions. Well, I think I just need another method here to clear it. And then we'll say go to the data structure that I use, or the class I use for maintaining the transcript buffer. And just do a clear. Or let's see, no, I mean this lines equals that. What? Oh, you didn't like the read only. Yeah, it always recommends read only, and I put it in, and I find later on I can't use it. But that's fine. Okay, so clear there. Back to here, we say clear, that works. Clear transcript, up one more level to the transcript pane. We can do an import here. Oh, stop. Sometimes the little helper things inside of Writer IDE just don't work. I don't know why. And I just gotta do it the old-fashioned way. There we go. So that might be all I need. Let's see how it does. I'm almost gonna be sad if this works right away, because I'll have to move on to something harder. Yeah, it works right away. Dang it. Let's do something also. I just want something to just add more text in there. So I think maybe I'll just add a junk button. Text, add junk. Come on. Or is it send? Send junk text. And I kind of don't like being named send now. But still, let's not worry too much about that yet. There we go. So here's the two states I'm thinking about. If you scroll to the bottom, it should stay on auto scroll. Whereas if you scroll up here, anywhere that's not the very bottom, it should be on manual scroll, meaning if I add more lines, it works just as it does now. Okay. Let's rename these to add junk text. And this becomes add text. Get rid of this. I'm just checking the performances. It seems pretty snappy. I mean, I've added quite a few lines there. think my algorithm is pretty good. It renders on demand and it avoids too many copies of the lines. There is some copying of the array, like a shallow copy, whenever you add a line, but there's a different function you pass in that's used for rendering the lines to JSX components, and that's only run on unique lines, so it should be plenty fast. I'm not even sure if that optimization was worth it, to be honest. But yeah, I see no issue with performance on this. Okay, let me do a clear. Nice. Clear. Okay. All right, next, figure out this auto scroll versus manual scroll. I think I can treat that as an ephemeral state. I don't need to pass it all the way down from the top. What's that? What are you? Okay, good. So if I go to my text console, we can call one of these things. Let's see. Const. Is auto scrolling. Set auto scrolling. Equals use state boolean, and then just defaulted to true. Okay. I think I lost a little bit of useful code when I did some recent changes here. So I'm actually going to go to GitHub and just see what I already had there. Hopefully I pushed it. Yeah, okay, so here's, dang it. Looks like I didn't get the old commit in. Yeah, this is all the new code and then it's just showing empty over here. Dang it. Alright, I can find that code again. Although I'm kind of wondering, what if I just do undo, undo, undo? There's a limit to how far back you can go with undo, but sometimes. By the way, this is the argument for doing git commits more frequently. It was in a use effect block, so I'm just waiting for that to pop back into life. Little time trial here. Nope, I got to the end of it, so let's go back and redo. Boom. Just fast forward to the present. Okay, I'll just have to look up that snippet of code again. Oop. Okay. So we say if is auto scrolling just encapsulate this a little bit better. Scroll to bottom, and that will be container element ref current. Scroll div to bottom. Let's do that. HTML div element. Let's see. Div element. Why don't you do a little autocomplete for me? Thank you. Okay. And don't make me do all the work. It's supposed to be like all kinds of intelligent AIs and stuff writing my code for me. Okay, now what are you complaining about? Yeah, that's fair. I'll say or null, and then just do a check here. If not div element, then we'll just exit out without doing anything, and that's fine. Okay, then it's div element, and I think it's scroll top equals div element scroll height. I think that's it. Okay. Never mind this. Never mind this. Hold on. There we go. Alright, so. Okay, it's doing something, but it's not the right thing. So it is moving down, but I think that's not quite it. Oh, here we go. Scroll top equals scroll height. Yeah. Oh, I think I know. I think I know. Okay, scroll top equals scroll height. It looks kind of like it's taking it. It's missing like 4. Yeah. So it's like it's setting this before the rendering. I need it to set it after the rendering. I thought it was already going to be timed in that way because I've got a use effect here. Yeah, so a lot of this is coming because I made a decision to avoid extra CPU by using a ref to the rendered lines. Because I didn't want to have to friggin' copy the entire array of JSX elements every time a line was added. But it means that this force update is going to cause the re-render, but I'm trying to scroll there before that force update. So thinking, why don't I make this something a little bit different? Or, okay, no, a little bit better. I can do this. Use effect. And we'll say, we're going to look for force update. also is auto scrolling. Okay, so we'll say if it's auto scrolling, then we'll scroll to the bottom. Okay, so let's see what that does. It's doing nothing at all. So it kind of feels like this isn't getting called. Force update, it's setting a new object instance here, which means that this will always have a new value. This down here should get called. Every time force update is called. So let's do console log and see if it's getting there. It's not. Clear that. So strange. Oh. Yeah. Okay. The setter's not going to change. I need to use like a more traditional update now. Update now. Let's see. Rendered lines update, and then we'll do force rendered lines update. Do that, and then here I can say, yeah, like that. And then I think it's going to work. Yep, now it's working as expected. Okay, so that gives me the auto scroll. If I come up here and I go, bam, yep, it's going to go down the bottom. Now I could stop there. That's not actually terrible behavior if every time it adds a line it pops you down the bottom. I have seen some things work exactly that way, and it's annoying, but they do work that way and people seem to live with it. However, what I would like is some detection. Okay, you come up here, and now we go to manual scrolling. So let me see if I can do that. I kind of am unfamiliar with these events. React on what? Mouse wheel? What are all the events? Yeah. Just looking at snippets to kind of get clued into what the event is that I'm looking for. Okay, are you in React? Yeah, you are. Good. Okay, div. Styler, class name, div. Who's calling handle scroll? That's what I want to know. Handle scroll. Okay, maybe on scroll and on wheel. Let me see. Let me see what on scroll responds to. Okay, we'll start with that. Okay, so the mouse wheel will cause it to fire that event. It looks like, here, hold on, clear that out. Yeah, okay, so if I scroll either with the mouse wheel or with clicking and dragging events, it's going to give me that event. Okay. Okay, another thing I wonder about, if I clear this and I add junk lines, it also generates a scroll event. So when I use code to move to the bottom, it also fires the event. So I have to be careful about recursion. Let's do handle scroll, and I think even I'll just pass in the other stuff I need. Okay. I'll use consistent naming function on scroll. Okay. If the div element scroll top, let's just do this. Okay, then we'll set auto scrolling to true. Well, I mean I can make this code simpler. Don't need an if statement at all. Just do bam, set auto scrolling like so. Wow, I would be really happy if this worked right away. I doubt it will. I bet it's going to be some tweaky nonsense. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, that was something unrelated. Okay, sorry. All right. So here we go. If I add junk lines, I say that it's going to keep on adding the bottom. That's good. Oops. Then I saw for a moment there that it stopped auto scrolling. Okay, I lost my auto scroll. If I come back down to the bottom, now that should do auto scroll now. Nope. I'm losing my auto scroll. Okay, how to get it back? First off, let's clear this. Okay. Maybe the way to do this is a little bit of console logging. Const is at bottom equals I can roll this up a little too, and I can use it in some other places. Is div scroll to bottom. Like so. Z, what's going on? Tell me something new in your life. What are you working on? What's on your mind? Don't worry, I won't drag you into a long conversation. Just ordered some McDonald's. Yeah. I like the breakfast food, the breakfast sandwiches, I should say. And then the rest of it, basically, I'll eat it on road trips. Not begrudgingly, but yeah, it's just Big Mac's a good choice. Get some tomato and lettuce on that. Fool yourself into thinking it's a healthy meal. Okay, so another thing I could do . I understand. I've kind of had this sort of philosophical thought at times. So, like, you imagine two lives. One where you never ate any fast food burgers. Your whole life, you just didn't. Like everything else about your life up until this point in time, it's exactly the same, but you just never ate any fast food. And in the control group, it's just your life with all those crappy McDonald's meals. I think you mess up your mental health, just like you said in that version where you just subtract all those times when you just ate some shitty food. I think you're just going to be too uptight. Something's going to crack. Same for like playing stupid video games. There's got to be a little bit of time to just fuck around and do things that are somewhat self-destructive. Okay, so I've got console log. It's going to tell me when I'm at the bottom on the scroll. Yeah, think of like, you're like a little kid and you're playing on a sports team, and then you after the game, after your soccer game, whatever it was, you and all the other kids go to the pizza place, But like you don't have any pizza. You're like, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have a salad, big old wad of iceberg lettuce with crappy ranch dressing on it and a few little bits of carrots in it. Oh man, you'd be scarred. You'd be so messed up. I don't know if you'd make it to 22 without killing somebody. All right. I feel like this is going to be a tricky one. Okay, so you're saying, is it bottom false? But come down here, do I get a true? No, I never get a true. Is it bottom is always false. Okay. You even want to drag it to the bottom, okay. So then let's console log div element and scroll top. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. Scroll top. Scroll height. Okay. And then get rid of that. Okay, let's try that. Scroll top at 0. Scroll to okay. It's like I get it now. It's like I can set scroll top to scroll height, but in truth, it'll get corrected to be at a point above the height. So I need some other way to check. I will just search for this. JS detect when scrolled to bottom. Check if scrolled to bottom. Okay, so maybe div inner height plus div scroll y greater than equal to, oh geez. Hold on. Check if scroll to bottom of div. That's maybe the one I want. Del Tree, what's going on? It's Friday. It's Friday night. And this is my idea of a party. I'll tell you that. Okay, scroll top at maximum scroll be equal to the scroll height minus offset height of the element. Scroll top greater than equal. Yeah, okay. This looks like it right here. Okay, scroll top. Oh, looks like I was close. Greater than equal. Div element scroll height minus div element offset height. Okay, let's see if that does me better. Still not detecting it quite right. All right. There might need to be like a little buffer on it, like a little wiggle room. I don't know. Offset height, offset height. Okay. Okay, so if I said 329, see there's that floating point there, which is like a warning that I might be missing it by decimal points. Let me see how the calcs work out. So 329 plus 320 equals 649. Let's check the math again. Scroll height minus div offset height. Okay. So scroll height 649 minus 320. It's going to be 329. Scroll top is actually greater than equal 329. So that's probably not the issue. Scroll top, is it greater than equal scroll height minus the offset height? In this case, I think yes. Let me do a console log on the is at bottom. Make sure that's being populated as expected. Yeah, okay, it is finally saying true here. So that's fine. So when I add the lines. Oh. Okay, there it worked. Okay, and I come up here. And now if I add junk lines, that's good. Come down to the bottom. I'm at bottom true. So if I add junk lines, it stays at the bottom. Your party is you drink 3 beers and you're messing around with React and Next.js. That's about half of my party. Your party sounds slightly better than mine. Boom. But people gotta understand, it is fun to just sit and write code. I keep on telling people, they ask me, what am I doing with my weekend? And I say, oh, I'm looking forward to it. I'm just gonna sit down and write some code. That's what I like to do. And they're like, you suck. Okay, so that worked great. I think I might have nailed this, to be honest. Come up here, I'm not at the bottom. Add lines, I'm still not at the bottom, so that's good. Come down to the bottom, then it stays there. Okay, let's, oh, nah, it messed up at one point. It was when I was clicking really fast. Okay, so now I'm there at the bottom, and I'm sticking to the bottom, but if I just do a bunch of clicks in a row, nope. So there needs to be some extra logic for something like a race condition where the timing says where the timing is causing there to be a moment where it interprets the scrolling as manual scrolling. So I think one thing I can do, though, to distinguish between scrolling that happens from UI actions as opposed to that's right, damn straight, making stuff is fun. I need to distinguish between scrolling that happened because I'm purposefully scrolling with code versus a user interaction. Okay. This event's going to fire for either case. Is there something in the event itself that I can look at? That's what I would really greatly prefer. Than adding more state to this thing. MDN scroll event. What's the scroll end event? That sounds a little bit nicer. I guess that event is not supported by React though. Okay. I wish they would just say what all the things are in the event. Event type, generic event, okay. Okay, just looking through these. Non-capturing phase, bubbling, trusted. Ooh. Whether or not the event was initiated by the browser or by a script. Yes, that's what I wanted. So, okay, on scroll, we say, we gotta pass the event too. Okay, event, and then what is it? UE event HTML div element, okay. UE event HTML div element. Okay, why? What's your concern? I'm just looking at what you've got right here. I mean, I can see it right here. Okay, I'm gonna try doing what you think it is. Okay, you're saying that's not a valid thing. I mean, just tell me what I need to declare it as. You know what? Fuck it. It's gonna be Annie. It's gonna be Annie. Which isn't the most beautiful TypeScript thing to do, but it's just not worth messing with. Okay. If event is trusted, see, if not, event is trusted, return. Okay, just put that up here. Then what happens? Deltree, you get it. Yeah, it's like a minor godlike power. I mean, it's neat. Okay, so if I add junk lines here, still good. If I do a whole bunch of clicks, blah, 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 blah. No. Okay. Console log event is trusted. Let me see. So you're saying true. You're saying true even though it is JavaScript code that is causing that scrolling to happen. Oh, so annoying. So annoying because I literally had the official documentation telling me that it was going to behave exactly how I wanted. And yet it is not. Maybe it's taking like the clicking of the lines as a user gesture and somehow letting that be seen as the cause of the event. I think how better to do this. I mean, I know how to do it with my own state management. It would be inelegant. Then we look at is trusted once more. After a user click, I suspect it is saying that since I clicked something and that caused the code to execute, which would have generated the scroll, is treating it as trusted. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get anything built in that will be helping me. So that's fine. I'll do my own state management. Let's see. See, scroll div to bottom. Who's calling that? Let's see. Just as a quick test, let's do this. Is code is scroll caused by code false? Is scroll caused by code equals true? And here we say false. Here we say That's not quite right, but it is just a test of the concept. Maybe it's gonna show me what I want. Okay. So I can still get ahead of it. Huh. Dang it. So there's another way to look at this, which is when lines get added here, they're not going to be in when it's all set up correctly. It won't be added by clicking on this button. It'll be added by like speech recognition and similar events. Just about got this. Yeah, I think this is going to be okay. I'll put back in that code. The event is trusted. Check. Okay. And this I'm going to take out. I do kind of wish there was a different event I could be looking at. Let me just try one other thing. On scroll wheel. What does that do? Event any console log event. Okay, if I say on scroll wheel. So I'm interested in on scroll capture, whatever that is. Okay, you don't want that. Okay. JS React on scroll capture. What is that? I think this is going to be okay without me trying to make this refinement. Yeah, I think that helps. Okay. React scroll wheel. wheels. Event. On scroll wheel event. Okay. So if we come back to here, do this, that's gonna fire that event handler. What about these guys? No, it won't do mouse drag on the bar. No, this feels like a question that probably would have been asked before. It's just a way to JavaScript check if the scroll event is from user. Yeah, that one. Dang it. Yeah, this was the thing I was talking about, where you can track the state. Once again, I'm somewhat peeved by the web standards. Maybe I'll try this approach just one more time. Just one more time. Okay. So, scroll wheel is not going to be helpful. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, I'm chasing after a white whale. I don't need this. I can leave it as is. If I find I'm wrong, I can come back to it. But the thing is, this button is not going to be the way that lines are added here. Other events are going to add these lines to it. So wait a minute. So we click one time, long pause. I don't have to go that fast on it. Then click again. That's fine. No, like I said, it's not going to be based off this button. So what I should do a little bit later is just check that that functionality works after the lines are added by something other than clicking on a button. And that'll come from like speech recognition. So I think I'm done here. I think I'm going to call this a session. I've got a working transcript line, transcript logger here. There's one little kind of thing I wish worked a little bit better where it won't stay sticky on the bottom. But I don't think that's going to be an issue when I get rid of this dumb button, which is just for testing. All right, I'm going to call it good. I'm going to call it a session. Deltree Z, whoever else might be here, thanks for hanging out for a bit. And, yeah, happy Fridays. Stopping the stream. Stopping the stream. Stop it.